Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Today I got out here way too late. It was only 10 because I had worked in the kitchen cleaning up. But today is going to be very hot, and by 10 o'clock it's really too late to get out here and do too much. I'm going to spend the time in this main garden. Can you see the hummingbird? As the lovely loud vehicle tears past. So much for nature. Anyway, I am going to spend the time out here in the main garden. I'm going to weed eat. I went around and weeded the beds a little bit. I'm watering, and I'm just keeping a general eye on things because I know that pretty soon I'm going to have to go in the house and spend some time making some jelly. There's a little female. I don't know if you can see it. Now she's over by the feeder. There she goes. That is a lovely treat each day to be able to see those beautiful hummingbirds. For now, I'm just watering. I'm trying to keep an eye on things to make sure they have enough water. As I said before, fertilizing them every now and then, harvesting them when they're ready, and just keeping a general eye on things in here. Yesterday, I spent the day mostly out in the pasture garden, picked a bunch of raspberries, tied up some tomatoes, and put some weed screen down on a new bed that my husband had, all fixed and beautiful and turned over, and the soil's gorgeous. So I wanted to cover that right away so the weeds didn't start. Because of the lateness of the day, I am going to just stay in here and see what I can get done. The cucumbers are growing beautifully. They look very healthy. I think it's time to trim back their leaves again. Once I trimmed back their leaves, fertilized them, watered them, tied them up, they started blooming like crazy. So I really think that helps. I need to go over there and address the volunteer tomatoes because it's getting a little bit too wild. I knew it would, but I was just letting them get a good start. So that looks great, and I love these beans growing up and over this hoop. That's what I'm waiting for the cucumbers to do. They won't grow as high and long as the beans most likely, but I'm enjoying every little bit of it. I harvested the oregano, and now I've watered it and fertilized it and waiting for more to grow. So I'm excited about having a bunch of oregano for my marinara sauce come this fall. Marshmallow root plant is growing very, very well in this pot. I keep it fertilized and fed and tied up. There are a lot of changes and advances. We took the big long black table here with half of the rest of the tomato plants down to the farm stand. We're going to try to sell them for $1. What we can't sell, we will put in the compost. And here I'm cleaning up, trying to make use of some flowers, putting them where they need to go. My daughter has some cute grasses and all sorts of stuff growing. We also took the baby silky chicks and put them with the medium-sized chicks. So that's pretty exciting. We have to keep a close eye on them so that they don't pick on each other, especially the older ones picking on the younger ones. That's known as the pecking order. And we're taking care of all the plants over here that need to go somewhere, that need a home. So a lot of little fiddly work, but very important to work. It's just so hot today that my daughter and I are working in the shade and actually working on the flower beds. There's been a lot of quackgrass to take out. They're extremely thirsty. I've had to fertilize them. They've been very neglected. If they get any care, it's from my husband and my daughter. So we're taking advantage of this hot day to work right here in the shade. And there's my lovely lady. We're trying hard to keep working on things. The lawnmower is now broken down, and because of the high demand, the part that we need for it is on back order. So the lawns are going to get looking a little bit ratty and raggedy, but I'm just going to keep watering things. Water is so very important, and you really realize that in July, August, and September. I just wanted to show you this miniature thyme that some alyssum and lemon balm is growing through. I love the cute little pink flowers. They're so adorable. Isn't that cute? I don't know what variety it is. Maybe I can ask my daughter and put it up on the screen. But it smells yummy. Now I'm getting the smell of the thyme. How delicious. This poor bed really needs an overhaul. So right now I'm watering it. This poor hellebore is dying. And then I'm going to weed it and take some leaves out and do the best I can with what I have on this hot day. I won't be able to do that much. Well, it still needs a lot of TLC. I need to get it fertilized and get some more compost in here. I hope that poor hellebore right there can recover. It was just about dead. It still needs a lot of work. I need to go get some fertilizer for it. And it needs to have compost put on it. But we're out of that for now, so I'll have to wait till I can get to the store and buy some more. Angel, from hanging out in Angel's garden, she just takes any of her refuse off her plants, her leaves, her whatever, puts them in a bucket, soaks them, and uses that after she strains it as a fertilizer, and it works really well. So there are options open to you. They don't have to be expensive. They can just be right there in your garden, right there at your fingertips. So they look a little better. They need to be planted a lot more densely. The yarrow needs to be tied up, and that rose cane needs to be clipped off immediately. But things are at least looking like they're going to pull through. This heat is something else. I'm in the shade. I have water, I have Gatorade, and I just have sweat running down my face. It's tough. It's tough to garden when it is so hot outside. Look at the poor little pets. We make sure they stay in the shade with us and that they have lots of water. My son and his family are already fed and watered the chickens for today. So you got to make sure you take good care of your animals. Keep them really watered up. I'm filling up the bird bath for any birds or squirrels or whoever, probably the dogs, that need water. We try to keep water all around the place so that all the animals and wildlife can drink whenever they need to, just like this little girl. I spray painted this little birdie bath thing that my mom gave me when I was painting the birdhouse. So it's kind of nice to have. Nice and bright. I can't believe how much better this bed looks. My daughter got it all weeded, and I put some fertilizer on it, and now I'm watering it. It just makes a big difference. It was a very hot day, but we got a lot done. I hope you feel like you're getting things done in your garden, that you can stay motivated and feel like you're getting a lot accomplished. Thanks for stopping by today. I hope you have a wonderful day too, and we will see you on the next video.